This is Brad.
And Pete.
And I'm Giff. We host Pop Culture Yearbook, and we want to unlock your memories.
Do you love pop culture? Are you nostalgic like us?
Do you want to learn more about your favorite movies, TV shows, and music? Maybe you're just nostalgic to relive a movie or rediscover an album.
We love the 80s and 90s, but with Pop Culture Yearbook, we cover more current topics too. There's something for everyone.
Whether you're a die-hard pop culture fan or just someone who's curious about the past, Pop Culture Yearbook is the podcast for you.
So subscribe today on your favorite podcast platform and join us on a journey through our history of pop culture.
Grab your bats and gloves as we head outside to get into the biggest pickle any of us will ever be in. From black eyes and large dogs to old blind wise men and maybe getting tossed out of a public pool, it's going to be one heck of a summer. So eat some s'mores, throw in a chaw, and try not to puke everywhere as we hit the diamond on this all-new episode. Everybody, welcome to Totally 80s and 90s Recall. On this podcast, we take a look at everything the memorable decades of the 80s and 90s had to offer, from music and movies to television and pop culture. We'll do this by providing some personal experiences and hopefully stir some rad memories, fun, and nostalgia along the way. If you're new to the show, we're so excited that you found us, and we promise you'll have an awesome time. And for our returning listeners and subscribers, it's great to have you back. I am one of your hosts, David, joined as always by a guy who loves bobbing for apples and toilets. It's my good friend Rob.
I got nothing.
That means he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing, and here we go.
Here we go.
Sometimes on the show we are looking at our data. We want to make sure that the ratings that we've got listeners, and sometimes we get a little worried that maybe the numbers aren't where we want them. But okay. I just have a message that will put you at ease.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. So, Dave, people will come, Dave. They'll tune to this podcast for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll download it to their phone, not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll listen in their cars, on their treadmills, or during their lunch break, as innocent as children longing for the past. Of course, we won't mind if you listen. We'll say it's only an hour of your time. They'll spend the time without even thinking about it, for it is time they have and peace they lack. And they'll put on their headphones and sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They'll find themselves singing along to songs they sang to when they were children, danced to, made out to.
Made out.
And they'll listen, and it'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come, Dave.
People will come.
The one constant through all the years, Dave, has been nostalgia. Mm-hmm. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But nostalgia has marked the time. This podcast, it's part of our past, Dave. It reminds us of all that once was good and could be again. Oh, people will come, Dave. People will most definitely come.
Well, I'm glad you came and you're here today, right? He had to put his hand up. He couldn't help it. But we won't keep you too long, Rob. We won't keep Rob too long, because if he's out too long, the wife will start thinking he's got a girlfriend.
That's right.
So that's right. So, great opening. Of course, since this is a movie episode, we're not alone. We have brought our third member of the team. Mm-hmm. We call ourselves a team, of course. Sitting in the studio with us. You know him. You kind of like him. It's the Recall Movie Hound. Welcome back to the show, Kurt.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me once again. You keep bringing me back. I don't know why.
Your wife literally said, get him out of the house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yep.
That's all we've got.
At least once.
I wish we had a really good.
I believe that's the same reason why you guys are here as well.
That's correct. Yeah. She said at least once a month. I need a break.
That's it. So we're not being missed right now.
No, we're not. No. So They don't even. It's not like they looked across the couch.
They're not looking for us.
No. We could spend the rest of the day in the studio, and they'd just be like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Oh, where have you? Oh, you were gone.
You were gone?
Where were you?
I don't know.
So, well, until they need chores done.
That's right. Till the lawn is too long.
The chores will show up.
Yeah.
So, well, this isn't a chore, Rob. It's your pleasure. So, why don't you tell us what we're covering on this episode?
So today we are looking at the 30th. We're talking about the 30th anniversary of the Sandlot.
Ooh, the Sandlot.
The great baseball classic.
You use the word great.
I did.
Wow, you're very selective with that word.
Fantastic.
Your descriptive words are always
I know. I'm a walking thesaurus.
okay.
I don't know.
All right, that works.
I hear people use.
He uses
people
words.
use.
I hear
Yes.
people use big words like great, and I'm like, I should say that. more often.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a huge
Did I
word.
use it correctly?
I guess.
I think so.
I don't know.
Well,
What am I
you're
supposed to be, a teacher?
You, yeah,
No, I'm an administrator.
No,
administrator.
I said, am I supposed to be
He's
a
a
teacher?
teacher.
I don't know
Oh,
if
I
you
don't-
used it
That's why
correctly.
you used it
Okay.
correctly. I don't teach anything, so.
Right.
Well, this is a great movie. This
Mm-hmm.
is one of my favorite movies. So we'll just start with what's your first memory of this movie? And do you remember it fondly? And if so, why? And do you still like it today?
Gosh, I don't. To be honest, I don't know if I remember watching it because it came out in '93,
93.
and I don't know that if I watched it when it was new.
Okay.
I think I might have caught it later. I don't know. I don't remember how I.
Probably
It's
a
just-
video.
Sure.
Probably rented it.
It's always just been.
It's always
It's
just,
just
been.
always been.
It's
I was
always
going to say,
been
I
there.
don't remember like it being a thing to go watch it. It was just one of those things. Oh, I just started watching it on probably TV.
Yeah.
Oh, TBS maybe?
Probably,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good
for
summertime.
TBS.
Yeah, good summertime movie.
Oh yeah.
It's good for TBS. They don't have to edit anything out
Mm-hmm.
for the most part.
I did read
Uh-oh.
in some of my notes that depending on the network, some things were cut out. So the word shit was cut out in some of them, and the dog's testicles. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sometimes you got to
There
neuter
you
them.
go.
Sometimes you got to chop them. There's other things you can do if you've
Why
seen
did you
Van
just make a
Wilder.
kissy noise to the dog balls?
you kiss them?
I think it's
I was very
inappropriate.
confused.
First of all, it's inappropriate to put balls and kissing noises together. We want to
But
avoid
you did
that.
it anyways.
I didn't mean to do that.
Thank you. He hit the button. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a deep dive into David wanting to
nope.
kiss testicles
That
of a dog.
conversation, the timeout means that conversation's over. So we'll start. Hey, everybody, let's start over. I love this movie.
Wow.
I did not see it in the theater. I don't think anybody did. In fact, probably through
Yep.
some of your research, you'll figure that part
That is
out
right.
real easy. But it has become much like other movies. Videotapes made it kind of an
Oh, yeah.
underground hit, and it's become probably a family classic.
Oh yeah.
Like my kids watch it and they love it, and I've showed it to them and all of those things. And I wasn't making kissing noises. Just the way I put my mouth together.
He's trying to.
I'm totally off.
He's
on
trying to
this now.
backtrack now.
I'm off on it now. You've got me completely confused. Can't look at my notes. I can't do anything. So, but anyway, so what are your memories then of when you did watch this movie? Either of you can take that. Go ahead. Ridiculous. Let's try. Let's make a concerted effort to do the show. All right. There we go.
All right. He's trying to bring it
Clowns.
back. It's
I'm
all
trying.
fun and games until people have to laugh at
Jeez.
David.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Right.
No,
We
they're
can
gonna
laugh at Rob and Kurt all we want.
They're
You
gonna
make-
laugh plenty.
You make one
but-
offhanded testicle joke, and it all goes downhill.
right.
It's funny you're saying one when you know that's not true.
Oh, there's way more coming.
Most
That's right.
people-
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming, exactly.
No, okay. So the thing about this movie, I think for me, is that although it takes place in the 50s, you know,
Mhm. 1962.
it's 62. Sorry.
There you go.
So it takes place in 62. I relate a little bit to our experience growing up on our little block and out there hitting
Tennis balls.
We hit everything. We hit tennis balls.
No one could hit tennis balls further than Rob and I.
We even tried it one time. We did wiffle balls, and then we would knock the crap out of them.
Yeah, we
and
broke them.
So then we would wrap them in duct tape.
But then they'd curve,
And then they had, weird.
and then we couldn't hit them because
Yeah.
we were both curving them too much. In fact, I would curve them so much, Rob would throw the bat down and leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if I can't hit it, what are we doing out here?
I was going to say, like you said, because it's set in the 62, it's still very relatable
Yeah,
to
yeah.
our childhood.
Yeah.
Not so much now to children's childhood,
I don't remember.
To ours, I remember going to the school and playing baseball.
Oh yeah.
And I was the little Timmons, the little brother, because I would go with my brother. His friends would be out there, a couple other kids, and the big kids would hit it really far. I would never hit it.
Yeah.
It's probably why I never played baseball.
A couple times we went down to the high school's football field and we got actual baseballs. And there's a big grandstands for the home. It's covered and all these stands. And we would be on the other side of the football field and we'd hit towards it. So like when it went into the bleachers, like you were hitting a home run and you'd hear it banging around.
Yeah. And there was a little parking lot there next to, was it Serena's house?
Yep. Right next to hers.
And we'd play football there and baseball there.
We'd take turns, see if we could hit it over that building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Which isn't very far now.
No.
We go.
If I go back and look at it, I'm like, well, of course we hit it over that building.
In the church, we played up at the church. And
that was our best spot.
So running around, I think part of it too was the draw for me is the running around this neighborhood and all the kids that you knew. And I think that there's something that you make the comment, you've become the get off my lawn guy, I
try not to be.
And I don't want to be that either, but I do feel like our generation was the last, generation of get home before the lights come on kind of thing. Like we still had that freedom to ride our bikes and run around and my kids don't know that. And part is where we live, we're kind of in the country. So we're out. They don't live in a community, but also I don't know that we'd want them to, or there's some fear behind it.
I was gonna say our kids now, we have the app so we can track them every minute of every day, and my wife is just looking at their phone. Oh, they're moving, they're going they're going 72 miles an hour. I'm gonna text them to slow down.
Yes, we were talking about that. I was like, think of all the things we did running around. Parents had no idea where we're at.
No idea.
I'm fearful now, and I can see him on the app. I'm like, okay, what's he doing? And I know where he's at. I can see him. Our parents had no idea. They just had to hope we came home. And
they had no fear.
Well, yeah.
Where are they at? I don't know.
Well, and they did. And if something were to happen to us, they wouldn't know where to go.
Nope.
Where to find us until the cops brought us home or whatever. In
the summer, our parents all worked.
Yeah.
And you and I were outside
all day.
If you would have gone to either of our parents' work and said, "Hey, where's Rob or where's Dave?" They couldn't answer that question.
I don't know.
Maybe near our houses.
Yeah.
We'd be 4 blocks down at the elementary school playing basketball or at the high school playing baseball, or we'd just go.
Yeah.
No. We came home.
So that whole life, I think, is something that this movie,
and they have that freedom. The parents are background in this. They're just kind of running around and doing their own thing, and every day is kind of the same day, but it's a fun day, right? So
and the different personalities of the different characters, and we all grew up with different guys and different friends that were, and they all had their different personalities, and so it totally relates to
I know
growing up.
Kurt grew up with some personalities.
I had a few myself.
That's right. Which one are we accessing on a daily basis?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I just think, I'm with you. The feeling I get when I watch this movie is kind of that throwback type thing. And you don't get that the same anymore. The kids don't do like what they're doing where you get up at 7 a.m. to play baseball all day and, those kinds of things. So, and the whole community pool thing and all these other things where going to the fair at night. Although we used to ride those rides all the time. And now I would not let my kids get on those rides.
Yeah. No.
Those death wheels. But I was like, here's my ticket.
Here's my ticket.
Oh, the scrambler thing just goes 1,000 miles an hour. And you see the guy running it? He's fine. We're good.
Fine.
Yeah.
He had a tooth. We're good.
Chet, we're fine. Chet might be drinking out of that paper bag thing, but he's operating it.
That's right. Small hands ssmells like
and those guys,
cabbage.
Those guys were great. You roll up and they'd be like, "Oh, you're not tall enough." And you're like, "Are you sure?" I don't care. Go on.
Hold on. Measure me again. Let me go on my toes.
Yeah, let me raise up a little bit.
Hey, you'll do. Get on.
Fine. Get on.
Move over.
As long as you got a ticket, it's all good. All right. Well, grab the bottle and let's start lotioning and oiling and lotioning as we get our bodies greased up to head back to the Sandlot. Let me hear it, Harry.
R1, R2, R3. Take me out to the
Cubs
win.
It's like you're back in Wrigley Field, Rob.
on WGN.
Do you know there is no way that dude wasn't completely plastered by the seventh inning? Because I used to remember he'd do like the first 2 innings on WGN. Then
Nice
he's like,
cold
I'm going to the radio. And then he'd come back and be slurring his words. So I think he's just over there, down in the Budweisers. He comes back. Everybody.
Everybody.
Cubs win.
So Cubs win.
It's only the 3rd inning.
I love it. hey, all the real people know Harry Carey growing up. So that's fine. WGN.
Yeah, WGN.
Cubs games on all the time.
It was the Cubs and the Braves.
Harry Carey and Steve Stone was usually his counterparts. Yeah.
Always watching the Cubs and the Braves.
TBS, WGN. So, well, real quick, fans, before we dive into these categories, if you want to ensure to never miss an episode of Totally 80s and 90s Recall, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, helps our show grow. That way, Kurt, Rob, and I can get into everyone's ears. That's our goal, to get into all the ears. Right? Kurt, that sounds all right?
It sounds great.
Sounds great, right?
Into everybody's ears.
Penetrate.
right in the ear hole.
The drums.
Right in the ear hole.
I want to penetrate the drums.
Got a hole, got to penetrate.
Con style. Yeah? Okay.
Con style. Whoa.
Con style.
Whoa.
No? No.
That's a
thought it was Teddy
obscure. Obscure.
I lost it. That's great. Oh, man. Oh, he loses it. That's great.
I can't talk.
It's all right. You're only on a podcast. We're talking.
Yeah, that's right. Talking is like 96% of what we're doing.
That's right.
Well, before we cover the movie, we like to go over all the important information or what we think is important information. Actually, Rob and I don't know if it's important information because we've left it in the hound's hands.
That's too bad.
So we're going to toss a bone over to him.
Oh.
Take it away, Kurt.
All righty. So the Sandlot.
He's not good with his
He's
buttons.
not good?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
Usually hound is a cue, but that's okay.
Perfectly set up. Good job.
Perfectly.
All right. So The Sandlot was released April 7th, 1993. It had a budget of $7 million and made $34.3 million at the box office. But like David said a little bit earlier, really made its money from the VHS and DVD sales, made $76 million from that. So this movie has a starting lineup of child actors. So at first base was Victor Diamata as Timmy Timmons. Second base was Grant Gelt as Bertram Grover Weeks. Shortstop was Marty York as Alan Yaya McLennan. Third base was Shane Obenzinski. That's a good one to say.
Yeah.
As Tommy Repeat Timmons. Left field was Tom Geary as Scott Smalls. Center field, Mike Vitar as Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Right field, Chauncey Leopardi as Michael Squints Paladoros. And at catcher was Patrick Renna as Hamilton Ham Porter. Pitcher was Brandon Adams as Kenny DeNunez. And this movie also had some adults in it too, like Karen Allen, Dennis Leary, and of course, James Earl Jones.
That's right.
Darth Vader.
That's right.
Himself. I didn't know Squints was the right fielder. Every time he would catch the ball, he was more towards the infield. So I just assumed he was an infielder.
I think he was always more shaded towards center because
Benny was in the
He
never saw Benny actually play center field.
That's right.
But that was his position.
That was his official position.
The Jet.
Wow.
So let's see here. This movie had a Rotten Tomato score of 64% and an audience score of 89.
Okay.
So it's a crowd pleaser. So Rob, now that we know some of the facts behind this movie, tell us, what is this movie about?
Real quick, I'm surprised the Rotten Tomato is at 64%, but I thought critics would have liked it a little better than that.
I was
it's interesting.
It was a little,
but it's a fan favorite. So
yeah, I could see that because I think I could see the critics not liking it. The fans.
It was a slow build until it became the fan favorite.
I don't like the critics.
Yeah, that's all right.
Critics don't like you.
There you go.
I mean, rate 5 stars, please, everybody.
Yes, 5 stars.
All right, it's the summer of 1962, and Scotty Smalls, the shy new kid in town, wants to join the rowdy pickup baseball team that plays every day in the neighborhood Sandlot. But he doesn't know how to catch a baseball, and his stepfather Bill is too busy to teach him. He tries out for the team anyway, and though he isn't very good, it turns out he's lucky. There happens to be only 8 of them, and 9 makes a team. The summer passes blissfully as Scotty learns to play ball, but the skies darken, however, when Benny literally knocks the stuffing out of the team's only baseball, a sign of impending doom, or worse, bad luck. Wanting to set things right, Scotty returns home and borrows Bill's ball, which he promptly uses to hit his first home run, knocking it clear out of the Sandlot into mean old Mr. Myrtle's junkyard, which is home to his legendary guard dog, the Beast. Scotty admits that he took the ball without asking, and he naively explains that Bill will want it back since it had a woman's name written on it, some lady named Babe Ruth. Horror-stricken, and the team mobilizes to fetch it from the beast's clutches, building a series of mechanical ball retrieving machines, which get progressively more complicated and preposterous as the beast's size grows in their imagination. Adventures ensue as Benny, Ham, Squints, Repeat, and the rest of the Sandlot kids find out that heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Perfect. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you write that yourself?
No. He's a wordsmith. He's a walking
He
thesaurus.
is a wordsmith.
Yeah, I stole that from several places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I give no credit.
Well, I'll give you credit anyway.
No.
You don't have to take it, but it's there.
Well, I guess I compiled it
Yeah.
from several sources.
Good job.
So, yeah, there you go.
You're a good compiler.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if that's a thing.
It's a thing.
Compiling's a thing.
It's called LeBron James.
There it is. Nice.
It's called How I Got Through School.
Perfect. So, well, this movie opens up. Our lead character, Smalls, has moved to a new neighborhood, it seems, with his mom and his stepfather. We talked about Bill. Is that his name, right?
Yep, Bill.
So Bill. Bill's a busy guy, but it seems like Smalls is kind of an intellectual type.
Yes.
Seems to be building with his erector sets and a lot of those. And mom wants him outside doing what in 1962 would be considered boy things, I guess, right? Go play with friends.
Get in some trouble,
Get
but
in
not
some
too
trouble,
much.
get your knees dirty.
Yeah.
And so he basically goes outside and runs right into these guys at the Sandlot, right?
Yeah.
And I love the awkwardness of him just wandering out onto
Standing
the
out there
field
pounding his mitt.
Yeah.
with that
Plastic
weird
mitt.
mitt.
Yep, it was a plastic
and
mitt.
that horrific hat.
It's a great hat.
With the bill that goes 40 feet too
I don't
far
even
from his
understand the
face.
purpose of that hat at all.
Hey, when you're
I
fishing,
think
you want
it's
the
a
whole face
fishing
covered.
hat. Yeah, to cover
Okay.
everything. And then he's got the button-up shirt all the way to the top and what, those
Khaki
little khaki shorts. Yeah, so that's so it opens great.
It
So-
reminds me a little bit, and we've probably told this story before, but the story that Dave tells is when him and I met for the first time, like in front of our house. We're playing baseball out in front of our house, and Dave comes down the street and he wants to join the game.
Yep.
And the way Dave tells the story is that he says, "Hey, can I join you?" And my response was, "I don't know. Can you?"
I mean, that's what you said.
So at that time, I was still wearing the tube socks up to the knees with the red stripes around the top, and Dave had his socks down. He was wearing the
Were they rolled?
I don't know if they were
They're
rolled,
just
but
down.
he might have had at that time like a no show stuff. Like he was ahead of
Ooh.
yeah. So here I am.
He's a real fashion forward
moved-
kind of guy.
He was the athletic one, and I was the But then we had friends down the street that were wearing their hat that didn't fold the bill.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, come on.
I don't fold my bill as much as I used to.
I know that's a thing, and I hate
used
it.
to be but I like to be able to see now. And I like to be able to wear sunjees with my hats. And if you do too much of the bill, they don't fit underneath. Right?
See, I have gone to, you can't bend the bill as much just because I'm old and have to wear
glasses.
glasses.
Yes, that's true.
But you still go with the extreme.
I do. I'd rather
extreme
be
term.
blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually, when I wear the hat, I take the glasses off.
Yeah.
Or you buy the hat that has the cutouts.
No,
You seen those?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're really.
That's not good.
that
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
But the flat bill things,
They make them.
the flat bill hat is a thing
Yeah,
now. When we
I
were
know.
kids, the
That
flat bill
was-
thing was
no.
not in.
Nope.
If you wore a hat and you didn't have it curved, people were like, what are you doing?
They've
with
never
this?
worn a hat before.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
what they thought, right? So,
Anyway.
but yeah, so Smalls is out there. Obviously, he assimilates, and then through the wacky adventures of what goes through the summer. But before we get into our categories, just talk about a few of the things I found about this movie. For the original title was The Boys of Summer,
Okay.
and the kids were supposed to be younger. The guy who wrote it, the director, was kind of based on a true story. Excuse me. I'm having some, I think we had
throat issues.
we had Taco Bell for lunch. And it's not processing as well as I had hoped. It's making me upset and causing some problems with my
getting
speaking
verklempt.
voice. I can't seem to get it clear. So, but it was The Boys of Summer, and the kids were supposed to be like 9 or 10 years old. But when they started auditioning all the
Casting.
kids, they were 12, 13, and it just fit better. It made more sense. So they stayed with those folks. It was filmed in 42 days, so very fast.
I have that. Yeah.
They, for some reason, they just wanted to knock it out and get it done.
I found that it was shot in Utah. They filmed it in Utah.
Supposed to be like
42
L.A.
days.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, apparently no child labor laws because if they shot it that fast, they were
Oh,
working those kids a
cruising,
little longer
yeah.
than what they were supposed to.
It's 90 something, 92, 93.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Well, and I read that at different times throughout the movie, sometimes it's really hot.
Oh, yeah.
It was super
It
hot.
was super hot and then it was super cold.
And in the pool scene, they're super cold, and you can actually see Squints. He's shaking.
That's the best
and that's
part.
like legit.
When he chatters his
Yeah.
teeth,
Yeah.
that's him really being. They said the pool I read was anywhere from 54 to
Yeah, it was
56 degrees.
really cold.
So,
In my notes, I found one of the people said this is one of the most popular movies in front of Rookie of the Year. I don't feel like that's even.
I mean,
Rookie of the Year.
have you seen Rookie of the Year?
It's been a long time.
Rowan Gruder.
But
Rowan Bruder.
First of all,
the guy gets his
this
name wrong
isn't a
every
Rookie
time.
of the Year podcast, but the fantastic nature of that premise: kid breaks his arm and it heals, and now he can throw 100 miles an hour. That sounds great.
No,
Gary Busey's a aging veteran pitcher.
There's nothing wrong when
I
you
don't
got
want to get
Gary
down
Busey.
this rabbit hole because I'll get too
Yeah,
excited. But
yeah.
this is, fun
do
fact
you want to
about
talk
that.
about buttered sausage?
Just fun fact about that movie, and then we'll come back to the Sandlot. Fun fact: the mom in that movie,
In which one?
in the Rookie of the Year, her actual son now,
Oh, I read that.
he is
I did.
in AAA for the Cubs.
I did read that.
So she was mom of the Cubs kid, and now her actual son is in AAA.
And his specialty pitch, the floater.
He is a center fielder. He doesn't
My mistake.
pitch.
Sorry.
My
He's,
mistake.
he's a hitter and an outfielder.
What does he say when when the doctor gets hit? He goes, "Son of a." What does he say?
I forget.
Yeah, it's a silly
Again,
phrase.
not a Rookie of the Year
Okay.
podcast,
All right.
but that's fine.
But they were
So,
released the same year, though.
Oh, they
So
were.
that, that's. I think that's important.
I bet you Rookie of the Year did better just because of like advertising.
Well, and
and
it had like legit. It had real
Gary
baseball
Busey's
teams in
in
it.
it.
So
and Daniel Stern was in it.
that's right.
As weird as he was.
Yeah. I like during the making of this movie how the kids, all the boys snuck out to watch Basic Instinct.
I know.
I
saw
did read that.
That's great.
That's funny.
How do you think they got in?
Yeah.
They must have known someone at the theater.
Yeah.
So
They're like, we're with the movie. All right, go in.
I got the kid that played Yaya. His name is Marty York. He was not the actor cast for the role. The original actor got sick like a day before filming. So York had interview or audition. They called him back in, and then he was good, so they just replaced him.
Mm-hmm.
Just kept it.
On the topic of actors or people that were going to, Robin Williams was going to voice the adult Scotty Smalls,
Oh,
who was the narrator of the movie.
nice.
So that must have fallen through. I do not know how.
Maybe he was doing Aladdin.
Yeah, whatever.
Never met a friend like her.
Wow.
I don't think I ever have met a friend like you. No, I have not. That is true.
All right.
I like another little behind the scene note I had.
I've got a popsicle for you, kid. Come on in.
Is that your James Earl Jones?
No, I don't know.
I don't know where that went,
I don't
but
know
that
what
got
that is.
creepy real
Yeah.
quick.
Tough.
Poor Smalls.
The movie timeline takes place over the course of 10 days.
Oh,
So day one, Small moves to town. Day two, he meets Benny and the rest of the gang. Day three, Smalls learns about the monster behind the fence. Day four is the pool scene. Day 5, 4th of July.
Yep.
Day 6, they play the Tigers.
there you go.
And then they get sick from the tobacco. Day 7, Babe Ruth. Day 8, trying to get the baseball back. Day 9, Benny saves the day. And day 10, it's the ending there where he's reading all the.
Well, you've summed it up.
Gotcha.
Time to be
Yeah,
done.
all right, let's go.
Close her
All
down.
right,
Close it
and in scene.
And insane. So you said something about where they the chewing tobacco.
Yes.
I read it was a mixture of black licorice and bacon
bits. And they still got sick because they had
Yeah.
to ride the ride for so
Yeah.
many times and
It
have
said
that.
the vomit in the carnival scene was a mixture of split pea soup, baked beans, oatmeal, and water.
Gross.
It's quite a
That sounds
concoction.
good. I'll
Somebody's
have that.
job offset was to stir all that together and then just swipe it out there.
Awesome. No.
I like a little note I had. The special effects supervisor that was in charge of the dog and everything. He was the guy that played Pizza the Hut in Spaceballs.
Ooh. I like Pizza the Hut.
Well, that's awesome.
I like Spaceballs.
You like all balls.
We started
Perfect time for the timeout, and he just can't find it. Jiminy Christmas.
Oh,
I like
Perfect.
There you
He
go.
likes all balls.
Besides Spaceballs, I do like sweaty balls, so that works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're kissing testicles. You like there's all kinds of.
There's a lot. This is
Wow.
the ball episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
Because it's about baseball.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's a lot of balls.
you got to work.
That's right.
You got to wear cups. There's a lot of things going on,
Oh,
right? So,
crying out loud.
I got the actor. I like this. Is funny. The actor who played Squints. They gave him a briefing and a stern warning. That when doing the CPR scene to keep his tongue in his mouth.
Yeah.
I read that.
The actress said that he better keep his tongue in his mouth. So the director had to pull him aside because I guess he was a little bit of a horn dog, like in the movie, kind of in real life on the set. So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, Wendy Peffercorn I'd probably get my tongue out too. Right? So
Exactly.
exactly. Shwing.
yeah, I don't have that button
Wow.
set up. No.
Oh man. So I saw that a man sued the director stating the character of Squints was based on him and it caused him embarrassment and humiliation. But it was dismissed because said there was not enough merit for the suit to go forward.
I like how he came in and said, "It's not me because I got contact lenses and I cut my hair or something
my
like
hair.
that."
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I don't understand how it gives him embarrassment. Squints is like an all-time thing. People loved Squints in that movie. And he ends up with the girl and everything. I don't see the embarrassment part of it.
I was going to say, ends
He's
up owning a
almost-
pharmacy. He's got 9 kids,
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
wife. Jeez.
He's almost one of the coolest kids in that group.
Mm-hmm.
Like his Riz is off the charts, Rob.
His Riz
Got a
is
lot
off
of
the
Off
charts.
The charts.
I don't know what that means.
All right, but I've explained this to you before. I got to stop explaining these things to you. You're not that old, so that's fine. Did you see
on fleek?
some of the?
on fleek.
You're way behind.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that the Beast, the dog?
Yeah.
And some of the scenes, it's just 2 guys in a dog suit, so it's not it's not actually a dog.
Yeah. I think. Well, I mean, they don't hide the fact that it's fake, right? I mean, were you shocked at that?
Well,
stat? Like,
there's
you're
the
like-
real dog shots, but I think the throwbacks when he's telling the story and it's really, really big.
Yeah.
I think it's a little obvious.
Okay,
Or like when that
okay, good. I was making sure that
monstrosity
you knew
of that big old paw comes out
Yeah.
and it's like this wide or something like that. Yeah, that's probably true.
I have here that the drugstore, Vincent drugstore that's filmed in the movie. It was featured in Halloween 4 and Halloween 5.
Oh wow,
Yeah, Return of Michael Myers and The Revenge of Michael Myers.
no, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
That's a fun fact, Rob.
That is a fun fact.
Do you know there's 2 sequels to this movie?
I don't want to watch
I have
that.
not seen
I
either of
wrote
them.
that down.
So part 2 involves a new group of kids led by Smalls' little brother. Same premise of the movie, but just with Smalls' little brother. Part 3 is the one that intrigues me. I might have to go watch
with
this.
Mr. Luke Perry.
Yeah, so this involves time travel. So Luke Perry is a Major League Baseball player. Luke Perry, for our fans at home, should know who he is, but Dylan from 90210. As an MLB player, he gets hit in the head with a ball.
Okay.
And then he wakes up back in the Sandlot where he grew up playing, and he's a kid again.
Have you seen this?
No, I just read about
We
it.
just read about it. There's a thing called the Google machine, and we were able to find information.
The Google machine.
That's correct.
Oh. Thought for a
So
minute-
anyway,
you almost had me there. I thought for a minute, I was like,
so,
oh,
but now
it's
that
in
I
the movie?
know the Luke Perry part and the time travel and all that, I don't know. Sandlot 3 is starting to sound like something I might need to check out.
No, I refuse.
Let's see where it's streaming. We'll pick it up.
Well, in here, in one of my notes, it's compared. Roger Ebert compared it to a summer version of A Christmas Story.
Oh.
Which I think is an adequate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I feel the same way about the most recent sequel to A Christmas Story as I would feel about a sequel to The Sandlot. Just,
I gotcha.
just leave it
Shouldn't do
alone.
Well, this had 2 sequels, so it was popular enough
Yeah.
that it did that. You know,
No.
the guy playing the Benny the Jet is a Dodger, the actual.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kids, Benny the Jet's actual older
Oh,
brother.
I did read that they were in real life brothers.
So, real life brothers.
Yep. I did read that.
Made life really easy, huh?
Yeah, I did read
Ooh, Kurt, you're going to like this. You probably have it.
I better.
The kid who played the De Nunez, the pitcher,
Mhm.
and Benny the Jet, also hockey teammates.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks
Those
2.
were- Yep.
When
right
they
there.
beat who, Rob?
I don't know.
The evil Icelandic team.
That's right.
Come on, Rob. Mighty Ducks
I
2.
knew that.
Should have got a ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
or a
should've
round
got a
for
ding,
that,
ding.
right?
No dinger.
So anyway, they beat the Icelandic team, but so they're baseball teammates, Benny the Jet and De
Okay.
Nunez, and they're also hockey. These are 2 sterling athletes.
That's right.
I had read that to make the relationship between Benny and Smalls feel
Special.
authentic,
Yes.
that they had those two get together prior to shooting, and they spent, I don't know, it was like 30 days or something, just hanging out. And so
That's a lot.
And so when they got onto the set, the other kids really thought that they
BFFs.
they had been best friends forever. So, and they're still friends to this day. So,
You couldn't let BFFs go. You had to actually spell it out.
I'm not saying BFFs.
BFFs.
Friends
Best friends.
forever. Always will be friends.
And he's good.
He is good.
He is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never get enough credit for how creative and good you are.
I don't get paid either.
Well, I know, but you haven't earned paycheck yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're getting there. You know,
I'm still on my unpaid
This is
internship.
your unpaid internship.
How does one earn? I'm just curious.
How does one earn?
Because
You have to do-
I too would like
you
to
have
earn
to
something.
do have to do at least
No.
20 shows that gain at least 1,500 followings
Wow.
before you can start being paid. So,
Well, everybody, please subscribe and watch those videos.
Wow.
videos immediately. So, all right. Well, you got any more fun facts? I know you two like to do the research, particularly this guy over here. So,
I don't.
What?
I don't.
Wait for it.
everybody wait. Hold on.
Shut up. You guys are,
Hold on.
you guys are
That means he just
asses.
needs to turn the page over.
That's right.
What's on the back?
You guys eat your mama's
Do
toe
you know,
jam.
do you know where they, the Sandlot they used was actually Babe Ruth played there back when he was an orphan. I just like the way it ties together and makes that.
That's not
story.
true.
It tells a story.
You guys are jerks.
Well, you talked about how Squints was from like a real life character.
See, here he goes, and nobody
That's
says
right. I
anything.
got one more. Wendy was also based on a girl that the director remembered. Her name was Bunny.
Ooh,
Ooh,
good
She
name.
was his own personal bunny.
Bunny.
Wow.
She, when your name's Bunny, you're going to like a
You got to be the
Ivy
lifeguard.
League school. You're going to be in a sorority, like in Animal House. It's Bunny because one of those girls' names was Bunny. I think the one Jim Belushi's chasing around after. Animal House, Rob. Any chance?
It's been a while.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Any chance you saw that?
I just know I've been to the place where it's filmed. I saw
We've all
the
been.
house.
Yeah.
U of O. So, anyway.
U of O. Well, Kurt hasn't.
I have never been there.
We've been there.
Been to the Goonies house though.
Yeah. I have not been to the Goonies house.
I've been by it. I haven't
Been by
seen
it.
Yeah.
When we do the Goonies episode, we should go sit in the front yard.
Pictures taken
Right.
We should do it. We could go remote.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Just set up right.
Sit
right in their front yard.
sit in the front
I'm
yard.
sure they'll be fine with it.
Oh,
They did have new owners that are welcoming people
yeah.
back to the
And
house.
if you
think-
did the truffle shuffle,
If we got
that'd be
Rob to do the truffle shuffle, you
Why
think
me?
they'll let us-
I think we all three need to do the truffle
Man.
shuffle because we all have a little bit on the middle.
I
That's
agree.
true.
I agree, but I think his is the most
awesome. What are you saying?
because of your presence. I think it would come across better. You're nice. You're taller, and you've got this
Am I fat?
aura about you. No,
No,
Oh, okay.
just big boned.
just big bone.
A husky.
Husky.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's always the
You
best.
know,
way.
I got you in the husky.
What size are
sizes.
those jeans? Husky. Oh,
I have
right.
to. Yeah, I have to
The
go
Sears,
to
the Sears Roebuck Husky.
the big and
jeans.
tall section.
That's right. You are big and tall.
Yeah, I have to.
I remember.
I can't do the 2X. If
I
I, do
remember-
the 2X,
yeah.
they shrink.
We'd go to the mall, and he'd see a pair of shoes at Foot Locker, something he liked, and he would take them
Nope.
to the
Nope.
thing.
Special order.
What do you wear? 14, 15?
14.
Yeah, and he'd always ask, and they would laugh. They would literally laugh at him.
No,
And they'd be like, "We can order it. It'll be here in like 30 days." No,
no.
No, I can't do that.
he didn't want to wait, but you had to do it for basketball. He had to order his basketball shoes
I did.
like special.
At the David Robbins.
So, he's one of
Payless
those
probably
guys.
had those sizes.
So,
Payless.
well, if you don't have anything else, we've covered a little bit about the movie, so you know what time it is. Hit it, Rob.
Recall movie categories.
Seemed like we've reached that stage, where sitcoms where they don't play the whole song anymore. You just get the quick version
Just get the
of
quick
it.
intro now. Yep.
That's what we don't have time for the whole song.
Categories. Recall movie categories.
There's the whole
There
thing.
it is.
There it is.
We're that 80s
Okay.
show where they just shorten everything
They're like,
to
nope,
just
nope.
get into the show. I don't have time for this
First season's
anymore.
over. You only get the short
Season,
version.
you get the
Oh,
short version, yeah.
Kip
So-
and the guys in the booth are.
So, yeah, they're not.
Well,
they're not
Kip
having
is
a
also
good
an
time.
unpaid intern, so
I think he's
No.
hungover too.
Kip gets sandwiches. So he
I had
gets
to buy
paid.
my own sandwich
That's
today.
true.
Come on.
He does a good job though. We keep him around.
You
Well,
know-
Kip's around every episode. I'm not.
I said we went to Taco Bell. You didn't need a sandwich today.
I had a
You had
sandwich.
Taco Bell.
There was
Just
breading
like
on
the
the
rest of
outside
us.
of meat.
It is a true 80s and 90s nostalgia when our lunch is at Taco Bell. That's a true throwback right there. So, all right. Well, we're in our first category, favorite quote / I've made a slash.
What?
Because I've noticed our quotes tend to get big and quotes are usually a confined thing.
Oh, okay.
So I've said favorite quote / dialogue. So if you have a little chunk, you can go ahead and spit that out. So
Okay.
I'm going to go first. I
Ooh.
never go first.
He wants
on the
to spit it out.
That's not true.
Category. On the first category, I never go. I always throw it to one of you two.
Oh,
All right. So I'm going to go first.
oh, look at
And
you.
I don't
That's 'cause he
care
doesn't
about
want
your
anybody
frown.
to
All of a sudden,
First of all,
look how selfless he is.
Who's in
all
charge
of a
here?
sudden?
Who's in charge here?
You are. That's what I mean. So you
Kip's
like
in charge.
All right. I feel your
the-
disdain for this situation. So Rob,
I'm the creative
can take it away.
foundation.
Rob,
That's-
I feel your disdain. You can take it away. You
no,
go
I don't
first.
want it.
All right.
I don't want it now.
Well, mine's from Michael Squints Palette.
Oh,
Doris?
you're gonna take my quote.
I'm going to take it. So it's at the pool.
Dang it!
Got him. I love taking it. I like the.
You're an
So
ass.
here it is. I'm going to read the whole thing. It's a little long. I knew Rob might pick it because he likes the long ones too. So it says Michael Squints Palladorus walked a little taller that day, and we had to tip our hats to him. He was lucky she hadn't beaten the crap out of him. We wouldn't have blamed her. What he'd done was sneaky, rotten, and low, and cool. Not another among us, not even in a million years for $1 million, would have had the guts to put the move on the lifeguard. He did. He had kissed a woman. He had kissed her long and good. We got banned from the pool forever that day, but every time we walked by after that, the lifeguard looked down from her tower right over at Squints and smiled. So it's literally my favorite part of the movie, and it's my favorite quote, so it's easy to put in.
Okay, you didn't steal it.
Okay, good.
No,
Very
yeah,
good.
but yeah, the kiss the woman long and hard.
Yeah.
I love how
love
the
it.
guy delivers it.
Kissed
He
him
kissed
long,
the woman.
kissed her good.
Okay, yeah,
It's very matter of fact.
yes,
Yeah, and he didn't kiss her, but yeah, okay, I got it. He just kind of grabbed her.
that's funny.
That part where he's on the ground and yeah goes, yeah, he looks pretty crappy. And then they look at him and he
He smiles.
does his little eyes with his smile. And
Smirk.
the way they all step back.
Like, huh?
You know what I didn't understand in that part though? Why did the other kids get thrown out, the rest of the baseball team? Squints did it and they threw all their clothes out. Like,
Yeah.
what did Benny the Jet? Benny Jet didn't do
Yeah.
anything. Squints didn't do any, or Smalls didn't
yeah.
do anything. Ham didn't do anything. They were just standing there. But I
Yeah.
guess it's all by association at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and his little and before he dives off the board,
Oh yeah.
his little grin over. and he does his little
They're
like.
like he's in the deep end.
That's so fun.
I like when was it? I think it's Bertram. He's like he looks like a dead fish.
Well, when he's walking up there, and I think one of the kids in pool goes, "What the hell is he doing?"
He wipes his glasses off.
Yeah, that's funny. Who goes
Been
next?
planning it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt goes next.
All right.
I get
fine.
to go next.
There
All
you
right.
go.
So first, you take the gram. You stick the chocolate on the gram.
Yep.
Then you roast the mallow. When the mallow's flaming, you stick it on the chocolate and cover it with the other end.
That's
Then
funny.
you scarf. Kind of messy, but good.
But good.
Try some. So that, of course, was Ham making s'mores.
Well, and
How can I have s'more when I haven't had any?
yeah, that,
You're
that was
killing
going to
me,
be one of my
Small.
other ones. Yeah. Hey, you want a s'more? S'more what? S'more what? I had read that they had to do that take over and over again because they were laughing so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I don't know if you can hear it when they're in the treehouse. You can hear a kid in the back going, "Who cut one?" Or something. Yeah. There's all kinds of little side things going on in the back. I think.
All right, Rob. Hopefully no one stole it, so
no.
you're on the stage
No.
now.
Also at the pool.
Nice.
Also, Squints.
Squints.
Where they're in the water. Well, it's all of them, but he goes,
Oh, yeah.
they're watching Wendy on
Yes.
the left, and Benny says, "Oh man," yeah, says, "It's too cruel." Timmy says, "She doesn't know what she's doing." Benny said, "Yeah, she does. She knows exactly what she's doing." Squint goes, "I've swam here every summer in my adult life, which I think is funny. And every summer, there she is, lotion, oiling, lotioning, smiling. I can't take it no more. Move." And he gets out of the way, and then all the way up there, he's saying, "Lotioning, lotion, oiling."
I love it.
Yeah.
The only other, I had a couple others. My biggest other spot, which really was close to this quote, is when they play the other baseball team. Because
the dialogue.
Ham's got so much good stuff in there. When it starts, he's like, "Hurry up, batter. It's going to be a short game, and I got to get home for lunch." And then he says,
Hey, is that your sister in left field
"Feeling
naked?
She's naked." He goes, "Shut up, Porter. Hey, I'm just trying to have a little friendly conversation. Come on." And there's like a pause. He goes, Think she'll go out with me? He goes, that one kid, he puts his finger up, he goes, here it comes. The number one. And like before it even gets to his, goes, strike 3, you're out.
The one my kids laughed at is when he goes, if my dog was as ugly as you, I'd shave his butt and tell him to walk backwards.
I'll tell you right now, I think one of the all-time like great comebacks when he's having the dialogue with the kid and they're like, you bob for apples in the toilet and you like it. And he goes, you play ball like a girl. And then they say, tomorrow, our field, 12 o'clock. And then he goes, count on it, you pee-drinking crap face.
Yeah.
But the way he says play ball is good, too. He goes, play ball. He goes, hurry up, batter. Short game, and I got to go for lunch. By the way, why are none of the Sandlot kids on that Little League team? They would dominate.
Oh, yeah.
They completely dominate that Little League team.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of them could hit, and then Ham and Benny are just hitting tape measure shots left and right. So, but I got, let's see. Oh, yeah, I like this one too. Another Ham. Ham had some, obviously,
he
good
had
ones.
some really good ones.
He said, Benny, why'd you bring that kid? Because he makes 9 of us. Yeah, so does my sister, but I didn't bring her along, so. The L7 weenie's pretty good too. Yeah. Kids is square, Benny.
Yeah. You're killing me, Smalls. We didn't even talk about that
I
one.
know.
That's
It seems like the obvious, you know.
The very short squints forever.
we still say that. Like that's one
Everyone
that
says it.
if
That's
that word
great.
ever comes up, you go forever. When they come back to the park after seeing Wendy for the first time coming out of the store, and where you guys been? Benny says, we've been here waiting. We've been waiting here forever already. Squints was perving a dish. That's what he says. Squint says, shut up, I wasn't. Yeah, you were. Your tongue was hanging out of your head and you were swooning. Oh, Wendy Peffercorn, my darling lover girl. And then Squint goes, I said, shut up. I got a lot of things on my mind.
I think we're selling a couple characters short too. I mean, there's lots of good from all of them, but the 2 twins are the brothers.
Yeah.
I love when he says something and the kid repeats it. And then at some point in the movie, he repeats something. He goes, shut up, Tommy.
That's his thing. He's repeat.
I know, it's repeat's funny. The Sultan of SWAT. The Sultan of SWAT. The Great Bambino.
Or when Benny says, man, you think too much. I bet you get straight A's and shit. Scotty Smalls goes, no, I got a B once. Well, actually, it was an A-, but it should have been a B.
You know what I didn't, one thing about Bill I didn't understand, it kind of takes us back to the beginning of the movie, but he goes out to finally play catch with him. And he knows that Smalls has never played catch before. He knows he's got this crappy mitt. Bill's not stupid. And then he throws him curveballs.
Yeah.
Like the kid's never played catch in his life. And he goes, I got to watch the curve when he gives him a black eye. I'm like, what kind of jerk is throwing curveballs when he can't even throw yet?
Yeah.
And they're all the way across the yard. You should look, I train children to catch. You got to start that a little shorter and then you move back. You know what I mean? So
I don't know that Bill had some,
but I don't think he's that bad. I think
He just didn't know.
He's the stepfather.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I don't know how he doesn't know quite how to be a
because
dad.
even with the mom, she was like, you don't have 10 minutes. And finally he caves and he's like, all right, let's go play.
I better do it.
They had to get the mom involved.
That's right.
Smalls, when goes to hop the fence, they said, what'd you do that for? And he said, you were all leaving, so I thought I'd hop and Squint goes, if you'd been thinking, you wouldn't have thought that. That's good.
Pretty
That's
good.
really clever.
Another good one from Squints is when he tells the story in the treehouse about the beast.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Take a look out that window.
Some of his stuff, like when they're trying to retrieve the ball, and he goes, farther.
farther.
Close catapult.
Close catapult.
I like that kid's all covered in dust, one of the twins.
Oh, yeah. I
And
have
he's
that
like-
written down.
He goes, we've been going about this all wrong.
I blame myself.
I blame myself.
It's one of his very few lines in the
I know.
entire movie.
So, all right. Well, category 2, easy category. And we'll start with Rob since he threw such a fit on category 1.
Plus, he does so
Favorite.
well with the favorite main
He does.
characters.
Favorite main character.
I did good this time.
All right.
I think I went too obvious.
Okay.
I went with Hamilton Ham Porter.
The
So
ham.
did I.
The double ham.
The double ham.
Yeah, I just think he's, he's kind of become the face of this movie. He's the
A little
pop
bit.
culture. He's on T-shirts. You got the "You're killing me" Smallses everywhere. He roast the other team, which I really like.
Yeah, his lines is what did it for me.
Yeah, and I just put no one delivers insults like him. He just does such a good job.
So good.
I just said he verbally takes out the kids from the other team.
I just that part because when you played baseball, to have that like arrogance, he's like he's gonna throw the number one. Here it comes, strike for you're up.
Well, even when he hits that home run at one of their first pickup games, you know, and
they're all throwing
low
their
and
mitts at him.
outside, just like I like it.
He goes, I've told you, don't throw it there.
By the way, that pitch not low and outside.
That was right down the middle of the plate.
So yeah, Ham. I just think he's funny and
So well, my favorite was Squints.
Yeah,
because I kind of look like Squints.
He was a close two,
and I can relate to Squints. I didn't have the guts Squints has to go after the lifeguard, but a lot of his other stuff, his mannerisms, all those things like that. He does that L7 weenie.
Yeah.
And then I love when
Oscar Mayer.
He finally throws one ball to the infield and he goes, I guess he's all right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
All right, let's go.
Let's play some ball, right? But Squints is, I don't know. I just, the way he tells his stories, the throwback to the forever, I just, that kid, he's got a lot. When he gets to be older and he's in high school, he's going to have a lot of swag.
That's why he ended up with Wendy.
If we talk about Wendy gets the Wendy. Yeah. But how old do you think Wendy is? 16, 15?
It's gotta be, yeah.
And he's like 12 or 13? So, wow, he climbed a bit of a hill to get back to that, right?
Yeah,
because I'm thinking all the dudes in town, Wendy Peffercorn seems like the one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
How is... I got to ask too. He seems like the star athlete. How is Benny not in this conversation at all?
Right. He never.
He's taller than all the other kids.
He was too into. I mean, it was everything.
Too into baseball.
Yeah. He was out.
No
he
girls.
didn't have time
focused.
for girls.
I gotcha.
He didn't have time for girls.
I bet by the time he got to the majors, he had time for the ladies.
He pulled.
One for the ladies. He pulled. It'd be just Benny and the PF Flyers.
That's right.
Check out the jet.
Check out my jet.
Check out the jet.
It's my jumbo jet.
Rob, come on. Perfect
That's
time for a
when the
timeout.
jet is rocking, don't come a knocking.
Oh, no.
Time out.
You hear the timeout. You got to no more of that. You can't.
No more of that.
No more jumbo
behave.
jet. That's
you have
right.
To behave.
Beehive. All right. Category 3. This is usually one he likes to muck up a little bit. We'll start with Kurt. Favorite supporting character.
All right.
We'll see what your definition of this is, Rob.
All right. I went with Hercules the dog.
Ooh, very good.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have a movie without Hercules. Rob always likes to do that when he does his characters. Well, you couldn't have the movie without the movie. So I thought I'd steal it first.
That's right.
And I went with Hercules because if Hercules wasn't there, there'd be no problem. Go get the ball, come back, and keep playing.
I actually did a Rob move here a little bit. I went with Smalls' mom. Because if Smalls' mom doesn't get him outside.
David does love moms.
That's right. I do. Zach Wilson and I are in a text group. It's a Smashing Moms text group. Me and Zach Wilson when he's not playing for the Jets. So
he doesn't really play anyways.
Wow.
But Smalls' mom, she gets Bill to play catch with him. She's kind of always looking out for him. She knows he's kind of an inside kid, and so she gets him outside. Now he's playing baseball. And then, because he was like, I'm going outside, Mom. She's like, have fun. She wanted him out there. She got him out there. She moved him to that area with Bill, all that stuff. So I thought Rob would appreciate that. So Smalls' mom. There you
we
go.
both pulled a Rob.
Wow.
That means he did the complete opposite.
He did the complete opposite. Supporting character is going to be like, what, the drugstore owner, because he sold him the baseball.
No, it's going to be the
It's even better.
The little kid on the Tigers.
It's even better.
All right, let's go.
It's Elswinger.
Okay.
He's the one that moved away. That left.
Not even in the movie.
He out-robbed us. God damn it.
That's it.
Oh, David's put
all
the
done.
headphones down.
Oh, the headphones
He's
came
not
out.
even in the movie.
Oh, my God.
This is twice. Once with Barbara Hummel, and now this garbage.
No, look
Hold
at my
on.
notes.
Let him go. Let him explain.
Look at my notes. I just put, he's the one that moved away, creating the vacancy. That let Smalls,
oh my gosh.
But no, really, I put that down here. And then up here, it's Mr. Myrtle.
Okay.
He's my
Mr. Myrtle.
In reality,
Mr. Myrtle.
he's my favorite supporting character.
There
but
you go.
I knew that you guys would
Would what?
make
Quit?
fun of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Myrtle. He's
Mr. Myrtle.
It's a cool character, and it's James Earl Jones.
Why
and,
do you
know.
like him, Rob?
Well, it's the friendly old baseball player,
Gotcha.
and he welcomes them in, and
What's
he
your
saves the
research tell
day.
him?
And,
What's your research tell? What years did he play baseball before the lights went out?
Oh, I didn't read that.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, sorry. He's former Negro Leagues, took a fastball to the side of the head.
Played with George.
Played with George Herman Ruth.
George.
He befriends Small at the end. James
By the
Earl
way,
Jones.
we did quotes. Quote we didn't get. It's a pretty good quote. James Earl Jones says when he goes, "You lost the ball from George." He goes, "Never mind. You're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand."
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and his whole thing about that's how I played 100% all the time. And I just think, he's a cool character. I want to know more about him.
A cool cat.
Yeah. But you also got to give it up to Ellswinger.
Give it up for Ellswinger for moving away.
That is
opening up that slot for.
That is something. If he did enough research, he'd find out what family lived in that house Smalls moved into. It was the Wilbur family, and they moved away.
My favorite thing is you're like, he robbed us.
That's
Can't believe it. We should have dug deeper.
We thought we were clever on this one, and he does what Rob likes to call an end around.
That's right.
Damn
it. Thought I had it because there couldn't be a movie without the dog.
Nope, you never have it.
Couldn't be a movie unless the kid moved away first.
Absolutely. Boom.
Son of a
He just dropped it and he's walking out. See ya. Okay. Well, category 4.
Yeah.
Favorite scene and event. Yeah. I will start. I'm going to go with the pool scene.
Nah.
So I love the pool scene. It's my favorite part of the movie. This is what I wrote. Wendy's
Pool
hot.
scene.
Wendy's hot. Squints is a baller in that situation, and he's got all the riz, Rob.
All the riz. You keep using this word.
I've explained this to you before. Kurt, explain the riz to him.
No.
Oh, no?
No. I think he just needs to. He likes research.
Let's let him live in the woods.
He likes research.
Ask your children, see if they'll explain it to you.
Right.
I give you $1, walk up to your daughter, your oldest daughter, and just say, what does riz mean?
How might I use it in a sentence?
You could say, the reason your mom married me is because I have a lot of riz.
I have a lot of riz.
Yes.
Wait, not to put any clues to in the sentence.
That is totally leaves you open to try and figure it out.
There were a lot of things that I could have
I'm telling you, just ask her. After she laughs, she'll explain it to you.
All right.
Okay. So, the pool scene, it's great. The chattering teeth, the story, the annoyance of the oiling and lotioning. And really, that's all the Squint stuff. Where I'm not selling the part that when Ham first goes to he walks by all the ladies. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "I remember you." And he flexes. He goes, "Ooh." And then right before he does the cannonball, he does that, blows that little kiss to me. He goes,
and does he say
Hammond ball?
Hammond ball. And then he jumps in, gets them all wet.
Yeah.
But his confidence, wet. His confidence is off the charts. I love it. Between him and Squints, by the time they get to high school, the ladies are just lining up.
Yeah. Ham would be a fun guy to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
So I also had the pool scene.
Beautiful.
So I just said he was the hero to every young pubescent boy.
Good one.
Just because
they all wanted to be him. Crappy. Looks like a dead fish. That smile he does when she's in between breasts. And the best is the kids because they like pull back like what's going on here?
Like, what is he doing? That's what he's doing.
Well done.
Actually, tip my hat to you, sir.
Another part we gloss over that's subtle but it's really funny is he's kind of crying at the fence looking at her and she does this little wave goodbye and this joyous smile comes over her face and he does this and then they run off.
The big wave.
The big wave. But he's half crying at that fence until she waves at him and she goes like this. The little,
and then he said, "Worth it."
So,
totally worth it.
Been planning it for years.
I went with the 4th of July scene.
Yeah,
I really like that. Just everybody out and the song was playing and
the neighborhood barbecue.
Did it bring a tear?
Well, I don't know about a tear. But,
one
single
tear.
solitary.
Did you have
tear.
overly hydrated eyes?
No.
Sometimes he does.
Sometimes
it's okay. I love that scene too. That'd probably be my number 2.
Yeah, just it reminds me of simpler times and growing up and and as I get older and
Rob gets older and he wants to be simpler.
Yeah, I do.
He wants the damn kids to put the phone down.
That's right. Dang kids.
You're dead where you stand.
Yeah. So 4th of July, I like that scene.
Perfect.
Well filmed.
And good use of the Ray Charles song.
Yep, love it.
Awesome. The fireworks going off.
And the fact that they did a really nice job of the reason that was their one night game a year because they could play under the lights and it was like their professional ball players playing under the lights.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought that was cool.
So, and we glossed over it a little bit. The carnival scene's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get all the dip in their mouth. The good, Big Chief, the good stuff.
Well, and then that's the first time where Ham laughs and says, "Yeah, you probably don't even know who Babe Ruth is," or something like that. And he's like,
he plays it off. Yeah. I just love another subtle thing there when they're getting sick. Squints' face that he makes. He's half smiling and then he goes, like you can see it coming.
Yeah.
It's just gross. But then Ham gets off and he goes, "Ugh, I feel better."
Yeah, he does that big old burp. Yeah, I feel better.
It sounded gross and they're covered in it. It's just, you'd never got all that out. Just throw the clothes away.
Yeah.
So, all right, category 5, best nickname. Rob, go ahead. Lead us off.
The Great Hambino.
Beautiful. That's a good one.
I love that. That's what he becomes later in life.
Yeah,
he becomes a wrestler and he fights under the name
perfect.
The Great Hambino.
Great Hambino.
Yep.
What do you got, Kurt?
I pulled another Rob on this one.
Oh my goodness.
I did not go with one of the children.
Ooh.
I just went with the Sultan of SWAT, the King of Crash, the Colossus of
Nice.
Clout,
All
the big
the nicknames. The big.
Because I love the little scene where Repeat's just doing it, repeating it every time they go through
Colossus
it.
of Clout.
Colossus of Clout.
The King of
Big
Crash.
King
Bambino.
of Crash.
Babe Ruth. Oh, Ham.
Oh,
Because at that point, Scotty didn't know.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty, no. Scotty down.
Scotty doesn't know. So my best nickname, I like Yeah. I just think it's funny how he ends everything with that. It's one of the funniest. It's not that great, but it's just funny to me when he goes, yeah. He looks pretty crappy. So I don't know what it is, or just when he throws the yeah in and that kid talks real fast and I don't know.
It's his nervous
Is it that to go back in the movie when it's hot and he says, "Who wants to be a panty waisted wearing your mom's bra?" And they all raise their hand like, "Yeah."
Well,
He goes, "What are we gonna do?" And the kid goes, he has that weird laugh and he goes, pool honeys. Yeah.
Yep. I love
Is that
pool
yeah
honeys.
that says that? Or is it one of the brother Timmy
sure
or Tommy?
It was one of them. I
Might
actually
have
know
been.
one.
I was going to say.
Because
I think it was one of the brothers.
Benny's the one, like, who wants to be a weak panty?
Yeah. And they were like,
And
"Yeah,
that
we
was
do."
it.
Yeah.
Because he goes, "It's 105 out here, Benny. We can't play baseball today." So they were like, "Pool honeys." And you're like, yeah. So I like, yeah. It was funny. So Bertram's kind of a crazy, which they never heard from him again. So that makes sense.
Well, he got really into the 60s.
He got really into the 60s.
And when he got to high school, yeah. I do like Squints. Is he named after his, is that because of his great grandpa?
I'm not sure.
Squidman Palladorus.
There you go.
Oh, no.
That's a name, Rob.
That was his,
Squidman.
that was the guy that locked up.
Yeah. Locked
Hercules.
Up the beast.
Oh, that's right. Forever.
His name was Squidman.
I like Squidman. Squidman is a thing. So if it's not, it should be. You should start naming things Squidman. More people out there in podcast land.
Less
If you
Squidwards,
have-
more Squidmans.
Yes, I think Squidman should catch on, right? Like, who knew during like the Depression or right after in the 40s, there were a lot of Squidmans running around. It's like one of those names, like that no one uses anymore, like Herbert or something like that, or Esther.
Nimrod.
That was a name, right? So, all right. Well, category 6, best plan to get the baseball back from the beast.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Who gets to go first?
I don't care. Rob.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go with the Catapult Rover. That was attempt number 5, by the way.
Nice.
I
Not the vacuum?
Yeah. No, not the vacuum. And I just like how he goes, "Close catapult."
Goes catapult.
Yep.
Fire! Then he runs away.
Yep.
What do you got?
They
Kurt?
almost had it. They almost had it.
It was right there.
Yep.
Well, you just said mine, the vacuums.
Oh, nice.
I
You
went with
the
vacuums. I like the 3 vacuums connected, but they only do one at a time.
Oh, yeah.
And they're acting like it's a giant kickback every time they turn one on. And
pretty good.
instead of just simply, when things are going wrong, instead of just turning them off, they jump out of the treehouse, go crazy, and wait for them to explode.
Well, my favorite 2 lines in that scene are when Squints, he goes, "The tubes are pinched shut."
Why does he have to whisper?
I don't know. And then
They don't want to wake up the beast.
they've all kind of exited the treehouse, and he goes, "What the hell is that noise?" And it just,
But that after the vacuums is when the kid says, "We've been going about this all wrong."
Yeah.
And I blame myself because
He
he's
says-
covered in the bag.
Yeah,
of
he does
stuff.
the slow walk down the stairs because he didn't jump out of the treehouse,
He's
and
like,
he's
I
just
blame
covered in
myself.
dust.
says, "We need total surprise, airborne attack. The beast will never expect it."
Yeah.
And then he just walks off.
Well, that kind of goes to what I picked. So I liked when they put Yeah in a harness
Oh,
and
yeah.
lower him down into
human,
the
yeah.
yard. what I love about that is they're explaining this plan in the treehouse. Someone's got to get lowered down, and they were able to talk. Yeah.
I know.
He's not the smallest kid. It seems like Squints would have been the best option because he
Lighter.
weighs the least amount or whatever.
Yeah.
But
He
they
was
talk,
lookout.
Yeah,
He's
they
always
talk-
lookout.
Yeah, he's always lookout.
Ham couldn't. He just couldn't do the thing.
So, but lowering, in there, and he's yelling, and I'm
Well,
like,
the funny part is when they pull him up and he's going.
I know.
Well, why?
It was just random. He's like, I went crazy for a second. I did the lip thing.
yeah, that's all he does. Oh, so all right, category 7, least
Pandemonium.
believable event.
Oh.
Least believable.
Yep.
So, Kurt, you can go first on this one.
Ooh, I get to go first. All right. Least believable event. Very end. Talking about Hercules. Said he lived to be 199 in dog years. That's 28 and a half years if you do the 7 years for the. I've learned that that's not actually right.
No, okay.
Yeah.
But if you're just using that, the average mastiff, because he's a mastiff,
he's a big
average
dog.
lifespan is 6 to 12 years.
Yeah.
The oldest living mastiff ever known was only 15 years old.
Wow.
So we're saying he lived an extra 13 years. I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, our
say no.
boxer mastiff, he was 14 when he died.
Oh, that's pretty good. But he's a
old
mix,
dude.
too.
He
It's
was
not a
mix.
straight
Yeah,
mastiff.
he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, mine was when Benny hits the ball exactly into Small's glove for the first time.
Oh, right.
That was my number 2.
Just put it up, and Smalls put his head down like he's not looking.
Please catch it. Please catch it. Please
and
catch
he
it.
hits it from, look, I've hit pop flies into an outfield before. I don't care who you think you are. You're not that accurate. And then as soon as he catches it for the first time, now he can throw.
Yes.
Now he can do it.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing his crow hop right. I mean, everything all of a sudden, once Benny hit the magic ball into his glove, it's like, I can play baseball.
Yeah,
That's because he stopped thinking.
and had fun.
Look,
Just having
I don't
fun.
care how much he doesn't stop thinking. His form for throwing did not generate that quick to where he threw it all the way from left field and hit the cutoff man in the infield. And that's when Squints goes, yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, it'll work.
So
I
that
do love
was,
his form when he was
a
trying
little
to throw at the beginning of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Wrong foot forward.
Or
and-
when he runs all the way in the infield, he goes, here you go. And then the look on who's one of their faces, the look was like,
Yeah.
what
wrong
is
with this
going
guy?
on here? So
was it Ham that goes,
Ham
no
goes,
way.
no way. He's so upset about it
Yeah.
because Benny's like, that makes 9. He goes, I can practice more now because I have all the positions. And so, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. So that was mine. That mine is, there's no way he's hitting that ball right into the glove. He's not looking. He's not doing anything.
No, I agree.
So,
Well, mine going to be controversial.
oh no.
Shocking.
Squints marrying Wendy Peffercorn and having 9 kids.
Again, nothing that
She did have
happens in
childbearing
the
hips.
movie. Kurt, nothing that happens in the movie. That's his least believable event.
It wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't
Why not?
happen that he'd marry someone that's like 3 years older than him.
How can look? Here's the
Squints is not getting Wendy Peffercorn.
here's what I
You're
get.
just jealous.
Look, here's what happened.
Maybe. I don't
Wendy
care.
Peffercorn.
You got your own Wendy.
Here's
Be
what
happy
happened.
with that.
Wendy Peffercorn
I think
was was
settled.
4 years ahead of him. She graduates high school.
I want to hear you
prom
unpack
queen.
this.
Yeah, she was prom queen. She was all this. She had a boyfriend at that time. Squints is probably a freshman at this time, so he's still kind of salivating over her. But boyfriend takes off to college, ends up finding another girl,
Yeah.
and she just kind of gets stuck working at the pool for a couple years.
Oh, so she's settled.
So Squints was there, and now Squints, after high school, bought
His
the
family
pharmacy.
owned the pharmacy
Family
and he
owned the
gets to run
pharmacy.
it.
So he inherited it. He's inheriting his own business. She's got the dollar signs clinging. And look, she's not the spring chicken she used to be.
And
So
he's-
guess what?
He's
This is where
passing
we're going
illegal pills under the
That's
table.
We just learned that Wendy Peffercorn is a gold digger.
That's right. See,
So,
I don't buy it. She's-
Classic
no.
story of I was the prom queen and then I just kind of got stuck in the town. And guess what? Now Squints is cool.
She's going to spike his
Plus-
milk with.
Plus, I don't care what
Something.
you say. I don't
Arsenic.
care how angry she looked. She was 30% impressed that he had the guts to do that.
Yeah, 30%.
That goes back to the Riz, Rob.
Well, whatever.
It does.
No,
So
I don't buy it.
you can whatever it all you
don't
want.
buy
That's
it.
what it is. You don't buy it.
Nope, I don't buy it.
I don't think that's that unreasonable.
No.
Like people get married every day, right?
I did marry an older woman.
Boom.
Wow.
Just like that. This is what happens.
It's only 8 months, but she's older.
Madonna is currently dating like a 25-year-old guy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
these are reasonable things in the
She's
world,
a hot
Rob.
mess, though.
I didn't say that. She wasn't. I'm just saying she's dating someone younger than her.
Wendy Peffercorn
Cougar.
isn't going to
She's a cougar.
isn't going for
Rawr.
Squints.
I just think she ran out of options, and Squints was what was left.
We don't know how Squints
And Squints could have
matured.
Squints could have blown up. By the time he's a sophomore, he's a little more beefed up. Maybe he's playing football now. I mean, the growth spurt. These things happen.
Okay.
He's a baseball player. Maybe he's like a good baseball player
Maybe.
in high school, right?
No, he's running a pharmacy.
After school. He's a
After
pharmacist. That's a good job, pharmacist. So I think you're selling it a little short here, Rob.
Okay.
And give Squint some credit. That's a good catch. He did a good job.
I worry for Squints.
I don't.
I think
I think
she's going
Squints' life is going to be
spike
great.
his milk with arsenic.
Nope. His life's going to be great. He got her. And he's always...
She apparently
No, never mind.
doesn't worry too much. They had 9 children.
9 children.
If she was wanting to kill him or do something,
times.
9
yes,
times.
at least.
So you
At
think
least 9 times.
You think he had in the middle? He's wiping the glasses off because they steam up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No. With 9 kids, he probably had to get those sport goggles that with the anti-fog.
I like that. That's even better.
With the headband.
Hold on, let me throw these on. Orlando Woolridge style. Boom. Let's go.
Wow, you just pulled out an Orlando Woolridge reference. Nobody does that.
He did.
Oiling, lotioning.
Lotioning, oiling.
Oh.
Anyway.
I bet later that was like a thing they did. Here. She just kind of puts it on.
We're going to
You
play
know
lifeguard
it.
today, honey.
Play lifeguard. Here's the whistle. I don't have to keep my tongue in my mouth anymore.
They recreate that. Let's recreate that day in
Let's
1962.
recreate it. Yeah, pretend you're giving me CPR. So, all right. Well, category 8. Could you make this movie today? And if you did make it today, what kind of recast would it look like?
Oh boy. So I was thinking with this, you could probably make it. Would it have the same impact and like everything? I don't think it would, just because kids these days don't have that type of childhood
Yeah.
to
that's
look
true.
back on.
Well, but I looked at it from this way. So this came out in 93 and the time frame was 62. So if you took today, what time frame are we looking at? That's 31 years. So you're looking at 2023. So you have to go back 31 years. So you're looking at what? 1994
Okay.
or 1992. So 1992. In 92, kids did play a little baseball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I still think it was a little different. I don't think kids were playing a lot in Sandlots anymore in 92. Some of the scenes with the pool and that might work, but I think the vibe is different. The classic Americana feel of the 60s and stuff like that was not the same in the 90s. So I would say I'm with you. You could remake it. I don't think it's going to have the same feeling. Like it's timeless as it is, no matter what era it's in. But if you put it in the 90s, it's just going to look different. The jeans are going to look different. The clothes, I don't know. It just has like a classic Wonder Years type feel.
You still have the PF Flyers.
Maybe
They brought them. Actually, they brought them back in 2001.
They did. So
Yeah, I don't know. My initial reaction to this is I'm going to be the naysayer and say I don't think you can.
I figure you would be like, well, if you did this and this, it might be okay.
Because I think what you would end up getting if you're trying to remake a movie, you would end up with, for our generation, you'd end up with Clueless. You know, the more the mall scene and that social scene. I mean, that's what you're going to end up with, because I think the sports people don't congregate around sports the way they did.
Well,
or we did as kids.
In 1962, baseball's the American pastime. By 1992, I don't think it's the American pastime.
Then it's varsity blues. Almost.
Because even sports really has changed in that, like when we went to school, there was. I mean, I started playing in middle school. Yeah. Made the high school team, and whatever. Now, if you're not playing from the time you're 4, you're not making the team. And so, the idea of these kids out playing around and they're going to make the team, and no, they're not, because you're not on the AAU team and the travel ball team, and you're not.
He hates everything with these kids. Squints can't get married to her.
No.
They're not going to play on the high school team. Just nothing, right?
Nothing.
Jeez.
And you might be right. I might have a little jealousy. I was never the prototypical jock athlete. I mean, I played, but I wasn't getting I wasn't getting Wendy Peffercorn.
You just had to try a little harder. And you need to come up with a genius plan to make out with it.
There you go. That requires some genius brains.
He's good at research, but not coming up with the initial plan.
Once I open my mouth, they're like, "Oh, right." Next,
Old Borophil over here can't figure out how to make out with me.
That's true. That's true. Why are the lights off? It's awfully dark in here. Nobody can see what they're doing.
That's right.
We're going to
I
get
can't
hurt.
find the remote control. How am I turning the radio up with the TV? What are we
This is
doing?
Preposterous.
Apparently, when you were in high school, you became an English gentleman.
Yes.
I'm not sure what happened.
No, that's a true statement.
So, yeah.
True statement.
Like he
That really
talks
happened.
normal, and then as soon as he gets at home with the lady, he's like, "Welcome to my abode."
Yes. Let me put on my smoking jacket. We shall go to the parlor.
I don't know where this went. So
I don't know. Sorry.
that does, I
apologize.
think, cover almost everything you could want to cover for the Sandlot. I will say this: there's no way Bill's mad that he lost a Babe Ruth ball, but gained a
The murderer's row
27
ball.
Yankees
Yeah.
ball that also has
Right.
Babe Ruth's signature on it. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I think that's true.
So he's like, "Oh, he was pretty sore." No, he's not. Like,
Well-
the 20. Oh, Garrick's on this too. Oh, okay. Boom.
Yeah. And
Mickey Mantle? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
his week grounding, because he said he got grounded for a week.
Yeah. That's pretty generous.
And I'm thinking that was probably, he didn't serve the whole week.
yeah.
And it was like, you're just confined to the house.
Well,
Like
and he's
you're
out
not,
there.
you
He's
know,
out there playing catch the Bill later
Yeah. You're not picking up dog
everything,
crap
so.
or whatever. I mean, life was not hard.
for Smalls.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you get the murderer's row ball.
He
So
did.
Bill's
get the
like,
murder's row
I
ball.
got to do something. So
Do you think he told Bill about James Earl Jones?
I wonder that. Like, did they
They?
connect? They had to have connected.
I mean, with the love of baseball, you'd think he'd be like, go over there and I got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And he
So-
lived really humbly.
He did.
And he's got all this stuff that's worth probably
But doesn't
Oh, yeah.
does he,
thousands
so
at the
does
time.
he own the junkyard now?
I don't know. Or did he ever own
Did he
the
own the
junkyard?
junkyard previously?
I do not.
Because that was his dog.
Was that part of the story, though?
I think that was just all
Just-
story.
Yeah.
He just made it up.
That was the legend or
Squidmore made it up.
the squid.
Squidman.
Squidman.
I said Squidmore. What am I talking
He
about?
wants more squid.
More squid.
It's Squidman.
So,
Squidman.
all right. Well, you guys got anything else?
I do not.
You do not. Are you sure, Rob? Going once?
Mm,
Twice?
No, I got no.
We won't give him twice because we'll get another chapter. Well, if you enjoy this podcast, please take a second to give it 5 stars. Kurt likes to give the 5 is alive, and drop us a review. Also, check out our website at totally89recall.podbean.com, where you can find links to all our social media sites as well as subscribing to our Facebook group for weekly updates. If you want to get in touch with us, email the show 89recall@gmail.com. That's a weird accent, right? Rob's accent's throwing me off today, which allows you to recommend future show ideas, comment on previous topics, and ask us questions, which will feature on future mailbag episodes. I can't read this today. Finally, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You guys are laughing in the background. If you'd like to see Rob and I, you know the rest. Our merch, everything is on the show notes. Log in, take a look, have a good time. Rob, you got any closing thoughts?
No, I don't. I love the movie. It's a good movie.
Love it.
Good,
Great.
feel good movie.
Can watch it forever.
I could watch it. There's very few movies that, quite honestly, I'm not a movie buff like our hound over here.
Our hound over here.
I watched a movie once and that's about it. And
Still can't figure it out. He even said it himself. All right. Well, I think you do a good job for the hound over here. We always have to goad him into it.
Thank you.
So, do you have any closing thoughts, Kurt?
I'm just
Oh, stop it. First of all, that was a long time ago and everyone's forgotten about it and you had to bring it back.
just got to bring back.
Whatever.
No, just like Rob said, this movie is one that no matter when it's on, you can stop, watch it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. The 9th inning has ended, so that brings us to the end of this episode. We hope we hit a home run for you today by taking a look back 30 years at the 1993 classic, The Sandlot. We'd like to thank all of our listeners, whether first-timers or subscribers, for hanging out with Rob, Kurt, and I. Hopefully we gave you an hour or so of some laughs. And don't forget to tune in for all new episodes of Totally 80s and 90s Recall every Tuesday.
That's a really nice radio voice. Yeah.
So
Finish strong.
sometimes I do conversational. Sometimes, Rob, I bring out the big guns. So,
You're such an idiot. Well, what are we working on next time?
Next time, you want your homework? Is that what you're
I
asking
want my
for?
homework
All
because I
right.
need to go I need
Do
some.
something.
I need some lead
Yes.
time. I'm not like you.
Well, Rob, we're heading to the country,
Oh, I knew you were gonna.
and we're going to do our favorite 90s country volume number 1.
Number one.
Yeah.
I do declare.
Mr. Beauregard.
He said that before, too. It's like as soon as someone says I do declare, the Beauregard part comes directly behind it. So, well, you got anything else, Rob?
I've got nothing else.
All right. Fancy goodbye.
No fancy goodbyes.
All right.
All right. Peace out.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh,
Everybody.
Did that
so happy with those kissy noises.
Did that constitute a fancy goodbye? I think might have.
Well,
We might have violated our fancy goodbye. I said bye, everybody.